The most dangerous food for your heart, even worse than salt. You've all heard that salt is one of the biggest culprits when it comes to damaging your heart. But what if I told you that there's something even more dangerous lurking in your kitchen? Imagine a food that might be sitting in your refrigerator or pantry right now, a food that tempts you with every bite, yet quietly erodes your cardiovascular health without you even noticing. This isn't just about high blood pressure, we're talking about a food that can clog your arteries, trigger chronic inflammation, and gradually weaken your heart with every serving. Scientific studies have confirmed that there are 13 everyday foods sabotaging your heart health, and one of them is the worst offender of them all. Can you identify it before it's too late? If you're committed to protecting your heart and avoiding future health crises, then you must watch this video until the end. Today, I'm breaking down the top heart-harming foods, each one playing a sinister role in your diet, and revealing which one might be silently cutting your lifespan short. Stay with me as we explore these dangers together. 13. Sugary sodas and sweetened beverages. Let's start with a familiar enemy, those fizzy, sugary drinks. Many people assume that solid foods with added sugars are the problem, but imagine ingesting refined sugars in liquid form over and over. Sodas and sweetened beverages are loaded with high-fructose corn syrup and artificial sweeteners that act like a metabolic avalanche once they enter your bloodstream. These drinks are absorbed almost immediately by your body, causing rapid spikes in blood glucose levels. In response, your body produces extra insulin, which over time can lead to insulin resistance, a major risk factor for heart disease. But it's not just about blood sugar. Fructose, a key ingredient in these drinks, is processed solely by your liver. When consumed in excess, this sugar overload can lead to fatty liver disease, impairing the liver's ability to manage cholesterol effectively. The buildup of liver fat, combined with chronic inflammation, further accelerates arterial plaque formation. Even so-called diet or sugar-free beverages aren't entirely harmless. They often contain artificial sweeteners that may disrupt your gut microbiome and alter insulin sensitivity, contributing to a cycle of metabolic dysfunction. The bottom line is that replacing these liquid sugar bombs with healthier alternatives, like sparkling water with a squeeze of lemon, herbal teas, or freshly squeezed fruit juices without added sugars, can make a significant difference in your heart's long-term health. 12. Hydrogenated vegetable oils. Next on our list are hydrogenated vegetable oils. You might not realize it, but if you're using margarine, snacking on packaged cookies, or eating food fried in many restaurants, you're likely consuming these harmful oils every day. Through a chemical process known as hydrogenation, vegetable oils are transformed into trans fats. Unlike natural fats, trans fats have no beneficial role in your body. Instead, they wreak havoc by increasing the levels of LDL cholesterol, often called bad cholesterol, while decreasing HDL cholesterol, the good cholesterol. This imbalance sets the stage for plaque buildup in your arteries, raising the risk of heart attacks and strokes. Hydrogenated oils are common in ultra-processed foods, from packaged snacks and baked goods to industrial ice creams and even some store-bought breads. Even products that proudly claim to be trans fat-free can contain trace amounts that, when added up over time, become seriously damaging. Moreover, many refined vegetable oils, even when not fully hydrogenated, are extracted from genetically modified seeds and exposed to high temperatures. This makes them prone to oxidation and the formation of toxic compounds during cooking. The resultant chronic inflammation and oxidative stress further impair blood vessel function and accelerate atherosclerosis. For a heart-friendly diet, switch out hydrogenated oils for natural alternatives like extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil, which not only protect your heart but also provide anti-inflammatory benefits. 11. Fried foods. Fried foods are a staple in many diets, but their allure is deceptive. While many blame salt for their negative effects, the real danger lies in the unhealthy fats they carry. When you fry foods, especially in reused oils at restaurants or fast food joints, you're exposing yourself to high levels of both saturated fats and trans fats. The frying process, particularly when oils are heated to high temperatures and reused repeatedly, causes the oils to break down into toxic compounds that trigger inflammation in your body and accelerate the aging of your cells. This toxic mix raises your LDL cholesterol and triglyceride levels, leading to the formation of fatty plaques in your arteries. The accumulation of these plaques restricts blood flow, putting immense strain on your heart and dramatically increasing your risk of heart attacks and strokes. Furthermore, the calorie density of fried foods, combined with their lack of essential nutrients, makes them a major contributor to obesity, a condition that further stresses your cardiovascular system. Imagine the heavy, sluggish feeling after a deep-fried meal. That's your body's way of signaling distress. In the long term, these repeated dietary insults can lead to metabolic syndrome, a cluster of conditions including high blood pressure, insulin resistance, and chronic inflammation. To safeguard your heart, it's best to limit fried foods and explore cooking methods like baking, steaming, or grilling with healthier oils. 10. Processed red meats. Processed red meats are beloved by many for their rich flavor and convenience, yet they harbor a host of dangers for your heart. These meats, ranging from sausages and salamis to bacon, are loaded with saturated fats, nitrites, and nitrates. These additives are used to preserve the meats and enhance their color, but when ingested in large quantities, they transform into harmful compounds that promote inflammation and oxidative stress. The saturated fats found in these meats elevate your LDL cholesterol, creating the perfect conditions for arterial plaque buildup. As your arteries narrow from the excess cholesterol, the risk of heart disease escalates dramatically. Additionally, the industrial processing of these meats often involves chemical preservatives and flavor enhancers, further exacerbating their negative impact on your cardiovascular system. Bacon, in particular, is notorious for its high sodium and fat content. Although it might be a delightful treat, its regular consumption can significantly contribute to hypertension and heart disease. To protect your heart, consider reducing your intake of processed meats and opting for leaner protein sources such as eggs, fish, or poultry. These alternatives provide the necessary protein without the dangerous cocktail of fats and chemicals that processed meats deliver. 9. Margarine and vegetable spreads. For years, many believed that replacing butter with margarine was a healthier choice for your heart. However, this switch may have been more harmful than beneficial. Many types of margarine contain high levels of trans fats, ingredients that have been shown to dramatically elevate bad cholesterol and reduce the good. This imbalance not only fosters plaque buildup in your arteries but also increases inflammation throughout your body. In addition to trans fats, many vegetable spreads and creams contain refined oils, preservatives, and artificial additives. These ingredients can disrupt your body's natural inflammatory responses and contribute to chronic conditions like insulin resistance and metabolic syndrome. When heated, margarine can even release toxic compounds that impair cellular function, further threatening your heart health. A much safer alternative is to use natural fats such as extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, or even real butter in moderation. These fats offer nutritional benefits and are less likely to trigger the harmful effects associated with processed spreads. 8. Refined breads and pastas. There's nothing inherently wrong with enjoying a warm loaf of bread or a hearty plate of pasta. However, when these foods are made from refined, white flour, they can be a hidden danger for your heart. The process of refining flour removes essential fibers, vitamins, and minerals, leaving behind a product that spikes your blood sugar almost immediately upon consumption. High glycemic foods cause rapid insulin surges, and over time, these surges can lead to insulin resistance, a condition that is a major risk factor for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. Refined carbohydrates also promote the storage of visceral fat around your midsection, further increasing your cardiovascular risk. What makes this even more insidious is that refined breads and pastas don't keep you feeling full for long. This often leads to overeating and snacking on additional unhealthy foods, setting off a vicious cycle of weight gain and metabolic stress. A heart-healthy alternative is to choose whole grain options, such as 100% whole wheat bread, brown rice, quinoa, or even legumes. These foods are rich in fiber, which helps regulate blood sugar and keeps you feeling full longer, thereby protecting your cardiovascular system in the long run. 7. Industrially manufactured sweets. If you have a sweet tooth, you might be drawn to cookies, cakes, and ice creams that are processed and packaged for convenience. However, these industrially produced sweets are a one-two punch for your heart. They typically combine refined sugars with unhealthy fats, especially trans fats, to create a product that not only tastes great but also wreaks havoc on your metabolism. These sugary confections cause rapid spikes in blood glucose, which forces your pancreas to release large amounts of insulin. Over time, this cycle of high blood sugar and high insulin can lead to insulin resistance, setting the stage for type 2 diabetes and other cardiovascular issues. Additionally, the excessive sugar intake raises triglyceride levels, contributing to the buildup of fatty deposits in your arteries. To make matters worse, many of these sweets contain a host of artificial additives, colorings, and preservatives that can trigger chronic inflammation throughout your body. For a healthier alternative, consider satisfying your sweet cravings with naturally sweet options such as dark chocolate, with a high cocoa content, fresh fruit, or even homemade desserts prepared with natural sweeteners and whole food ingredients. These choices not only reduce the toxic load on your heart but also provide additional nutrients that support overall health. 6. Fast food. Fast food is infamous for its convenience and delicious taste, but it is one of the worst dietary choices for your heart. Every fast food meal is a complex cocktail of saturated fats, trans fats, excessive sodium, and hidden sugars. Burgers, fries, pizzas, and other quick meals are often prepared using oils that have been repeatedly heated and reused, leading to the formation of toxic compounds that cause inflammation and oxidative stress. This toxic mix significantly elevates your bad cholesterol while impairing the function of your blood vessels, making your heart work harder than it should. Not only do these meals cause a spike in cholesterol levels, but the excessive salt in fast food contributes to high blood pressure, a leading risk factor for heart attacks and strokes. The high-calorie content of these meals, combined with their lack of nutritional value, can also lead to obesity and metabolic syndrome over time. All these factors together create a perfect storm for heart disease, making it crucial to limit fast food consumption and choose healthier, home-cooked meals whenever possible. 5. Energy drinks. When you need a quick pick-me-up, energy drinks are often the go-to solution. However, these beverages pack an alarming punch. With caffeine levels that can dwarf those found in a standard cup of coffee, energy drinks can trigger rapid heart rates, palpitations, and in severe cases, even cardiac arrest. For many, the combination of high doses of caffeine along with sugar or artificial sweeteners creates a dangerous overload that stresses the cardiovascular system. The additional presence of other stimulants, like taurine and guarana, only intensifies the effect, potentially leading to sustained high blood pressure and chronic inflammation. Studies have shown that frequent consumption of these energy drinks is linked to a higher risk of serious heart problems, particularly in individuals with underlying conditions. If you find yourself reaching for an energy drink, consider alternatives like natural water infusions, herbal teas, or nutrient-rich snacks that provide a more stable, long-lasting energy boost without the harmful side effects. 4. Sugary breakfast cereals. Starting your day with what appears to be a healthy, colorful bowl of breakfast cereal might be deceiving. Although many of these cereals are marketed as nutritious and fortified with vitamins and minerals, the truth is that most are laden with refined sugars, processed flours, and a host of artificial additives. The high glycemic index of these cereals means that they cause a rapid surge in blood sugar, forcing your body to produce a burst of insulin. Over time, these repeated spikes can contribute to insulin resistance, a major contributor to metabolic syndrome and heart disease. The problem is compounded by the fact that sugary cereals rarely keep you feeling full, leading to further snacking and additional sugar intake throughout the day. This cycle not only increases your overall caloric intake but also sets the stage for chronic inflammation, which is a silent contributor to cardiovascular disease. For a better start to your day, consider swapping out sugary cereals for whole oats, homemade granola sweetened with natural ingredients, or even whole grain options that provide lasting energy and support your heart health. 3. Whole milk and full-fat dairy products. Dairy products have long been a staple in many diets due to their rich source of calcium and protein. However, whole milk, full-fat cheeses, butter, and cream are also loaded with saturated fats that can adversely affect your heart. When you consume too many full-fat dairy products, your LDL cholesterol levels tend to rise, increasing the risk of plaque formation in your arteries. This plaque buildup narrows the blood vessels, making it harder for blood to flow and significantly raising your risk of heart attacks and strokes. Additionally, full-fat dairy products are calorie-dense, and overconsumption can lead to weight gain, a major risk factor for cardiovascular diseases. Some industrial dairy products also contain hormones and antibiotics, which may further disrupt your body's natural hormonal balance and contribute to long-term inflammation. To maintain a healthy heart, consider switching to low-fat dairy options or exploring plant-based alternatives such as almond, oat, or soy milk. These options provide essential nutrients without the detrimental high levels of saturated fats. 2. Pre-made sauces and condiments. If you can't resist the tangy kick of ketchup, the creamy texture of mayonnaise, or the smoky allure of barbecue sauce, be aware that these ready-made condiments might be harming your heart more than you realize. Many pre-made sauces are packed with hidden sugars, excessive sodium, and unhealthy fats that contribute to a host of cardiovascular problems. For example, a single serving of ketchup can contain as much sugar as a small candy, leading to sudden spikes in blood sugar levels and increased triglyceride production. The high sodium content in these sauces can further exacerbate high blood pressure, forcing your heart to work under undue stress. Many commercial sauces also rely on preservatives and artificial flavor enhancers, which over time can trigger chronic inflammation in your body, a key factor in the development of atherosclerosis. Instead of reaching for these store-bought options, try making your own sauces at home using fresh tomatoes, herbs, and natural sweeteners. Not only will you reduce your intake of harmful additives, but you'll also be able to tailor the flavors to your own taste preferences, all while keeping your heart in mind. 1. Bacon and processed meats. Finally, we arrive at the top offender: bacon and other processed meats. These foods have a notorious reputation for their delicious flavor and crispy texture, yet behind that irresistible taste lies a dangerous cocktail of ingredients that can wreak havoc on your cardiovascular health. Bacon, sausages, ham, and other processed meats are typically high in saturated fats, sodium, and chemical preservatives. These compounds work in tandem to elevate your LDL cholesterol, promote plaque formation in your arteries, and trigger chronic inflammation, each of which is a direct pathway to heart disease. One of the most alarming issues is the presence of nitrites and nitrates in these meats. While these chemicals are added to preserve flavor and color, they can convert into nitrosamines when heated, compounds known for their carcinogenic potential and pro-inflammatory effects. Regular consumption of processed meats has been linked to not only heart disease but also a higher risk of premature death. If you're serious about protecting your heart, it's time to significantly reduce, or even eliminate, these foods from your diet. Instead, focus on lean proteins like grilled chicken, fish, or even plant-based alternatives that offer the protein you need without the harmful additives. Final thoughts. Every food choice you make can have a profound impact on your heart health. From sugary beverages and hydrogenated oils to refined carbs and processed meats, the cumulative effect of these dietary decisions can lead to chronic conditions such as hypertension, insulin resistance, and atherosclerosis. By understanding the hidden dangers in these 13 common foods, you can start making informed decisions that protect your heart and enhance your overall well-being. Remember, it's not just about eliminating one bad food, it's about embracing a holistic approach to nutrition. Swap out sugary sodas for naturally flavored water, choose extra virgin olive oil over hydrogenated fats, and opt for whole grains instead of refined carbohydrates. Your heart is at the center of your entire well-being, and every positive change you make in your diet will echo throughout your life. Thank you for joining me on this in-depth exploration of heart-harming foods. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to our channel for more insightful content on living a healthier, more vibrant life. In our next video, I'll dive into one more potentially dangerous food that could be silently setting the stage for a stroke, so be sure to click over and check it out. Stay heart healthy, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to our channel for more insightful content on living a healthier, more vibrant life.